Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
It's Tuesday. Defenders live on your radio dial. It's also in places
it's
like
not a dial.
Well,
This is internet.
Well, whatever.
If you have a dial on your internet,
Can you please just give me this?
fine.
Just give it to me, okay?
Take it away.
Just let me have this.
All right, I'll just take it.
Thank you. I'll take it lightly,
No, you're
and
gonna
I'll
take
be
it.
slow.
No, you're gonna take it hard and take all of it.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go hard and fast, at least be loose about it.
That's what she said.
Okay. Anyway, this is Defenders Live on Mojo 50 Radio. You can find us anywhere where you can find podcasts, internet access, or anything else, including some video streams.
Some.
At DOAE Show is where you can find us on all the social medias. That's at DOAE Show. You can use the hashtag arm yourselves when you do that. Find our website, doaeshow.com. You can find us on the Twitters, on the Facebooks, on the MeWe's, on the D-Lives, on the Freedom Hards.
Because freedom is hard?
Freedom ain't easy.
No, it's not easy.
The MeWe's and the Twitters, all the rest of it.
It ain't easy.
And don't forget, we are on
Being
Mojo
Yeezy.
50 Radio.
Yep. Because that's important.
We
Go to
are.
Mojo50.com. Check out all the other awesome hosts. Because we are what one would call bottom of the barrel.
We are, indeed. Actually, it's a surprise that we are able to scoop such wonderful talent to join us on most occasions.
No. The only reason why we're here, we're just fillers. We're the rice of the.
Are you saying we're like rice and beans?
We're the
Rice and beans.
We're the rice of the beans. Yes.
Aw, we're
Yes.
the rice of the rice and beans.
Because they always put way more rice and beans.
Are you saying I'm white?
Yeah, newsflash. You are slightly of the
Son of a-
Caucasian,
I knew it!
Caucasian variants.
I knew it.
I know. Sorry. I
God.
I'd like to step in here for a second.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
Just a second here, because the rice is the best part.
To some.
Really though? Sure.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kari likes the white rice.
That's a.
I like brown rice.
Oh,
White rice is fine. I like jasmine rice or
I haven't had basmati.
basmati. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had that.
Yeah, it's good.
I've had the jasmine.
Jasmine's also good.
Yeah,
Jasmine's
that's
pretty
good stuff.
Ooh,
It
rice.
all tastes like rice.
Why do we always get to food?
Because
We do.
you know why?
It's one of those things. We could be
Because-
talking about like the most direct
And basically we don't eat at the same time. So it's the same
Right.
time. So we're both sitting in the middle of the show going,
food.
That's exactly how it works. Show fitting if we didn't do
This.
I mean, that's the best part. So there you go.
See, that's really nice of you to say, but we know you don't mean it.
I appreciate it though.
I appreciate you saying it, but we know you don't really mean it. So how's it been?
It's been wet. It's raining
Wait a minute.
here.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, that's it's what the stupid thing is, my daughter's softball game got canceled on Saturday due to weather.
Yeah.
So they played their makeup game yesterday in worse weather than what it was Saturday morning. So we sat in rainy, windy, cold weather last night
yay.
to lose another softball game.
Oh, well.
Whether the weather is hot, whether the weather is not.
So Apparently, like Doug Thompson got run over by Amtrak already. Dude, you guys are on more platforms than you have fans.
Oh,
That's so true.
Ouch! That's a sick burn, but probably true.
That's true.
Oh, I know that's true. That is absolutely true.
That's a pretty funny, really harsh, but pretty funny.
That's retweeting for sure.
Oh yeah, got that one for sure.
That's just that made me smile.
That's
I've had a
hilarious.
crappy
That's the
day
kind
at
of
this.
stuff. No, that's the kind of stuff that we love from you guys, no doubt.
Because we can take it.
Yes,
Yes.
and give it,
Yes.
not just a catcher.
Sometimes a pitcher.
Uh huh. You
Sure,
take
might as well.
sides. It's just what it is.
Do I need to play the theme again? Because I feel like we're getting off track.
No, well, actually, let me do this.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of taking sides,
Wow.
a pastor named Andy Savage.
Which is a crackerjack of a name.
I
isn't
know.
it?
That's actually
Truly.
pretty apropos.
Yeah.
There's the word of the day for you.
How do you spell that? You know, I know what the word means. I know what the word is. Every time I try and spell it, I always spell it wrong. Every time.
It's okay.
Even the autocorrect can't get it right. They're like, what are you spelling?
What are you trying to say?
No idea.
Anyway, Pastor Andy Savage is planting a new church after he resigned over sexual assault allegations.
See, I was going to say joke, but you already hit the punchline all the way. So
Sorry.
I was going to say, because isn't Andy Savage the name of the guy from the kid from Toy Story?
Andy.
No.
Savage.
It's
is
just
not.
Andy.
It's just Andy.
I swear. No, I think his last name's Savage. Or am I thinking of the kid next door?
Kid next door.
The kid
Sid
next door
Savage.
was Savage to toys, but
Ah.
Andy was the good owner.
Yeah,
But
I
we
knew
don't get
Andy
last
was, but I
names.
mean, I was going to say, I wasn't sure. It's been
too long.
It's been a
So you had
while.
Sid, and Sid was Savage.
Sid.
That's right, Sid.
Yeah.
You know, again, completely off topic, but you know that they said that the fat guy from, was it 3 or 2 from the toy store, that like either that was his dad or something like that, his uncle, something like that. One of those. I get wrapped up sometimes in those.
Oh, my
conspiracy
kids
theory.
love the conspiracy theories of
Yes.
the Disney movies. Oh, they love them.
Yeah, I watch those too. I don't know
Yes.
how I get roped into them, but after a while, I'm like, no, really, tell me more about the deep, dark past of Buzz Lightyear and why is it that he ended up in that box? And
No, really, it's really crazy that
You find-
Tarzan is the sibling of the Frozen girls. What?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You find out that Buzz Lightyear has like 2 ex-wives and was a severe alcoholic, and you know, all this
To
weird-
infinity and beyond.
and beyond. Yeah, that's. I don't know how I get it, but every time I get
Anyway,
suckered into it every daggone time.
the former teaching pastor at High Point Church in Tennessee, Andy Savage. Sorry, not Adam Savage. Adam Savage is the other guy from that show.
What other guy?
He's that guy from that show, Adam Savage. Mythbusters.
Oh,
Oh.
He's Adam
Did you
Savage.
know
is
the
Mythbusters.
girl from Mythbusters died?
Which one?
what girl?
I think Kari.
No.
Shut. What?
No.
I'm
Hold
looking
on.
it up right now.
Get the Google. I thought you were going to also thinking when you were kept saying Savage. I keep thinking of Randy Savage.
Randy's that Macho Man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Oh, Jesse Combs.
Oh, the secondary girl. She was the secondary female.
I have no idea who she is, so I don't care.
So
yeah,
like
she
was on
died
she was on like 10
in
or so
a
episodes.
really bad accident. Oh, she was. Yeah. She was trying to break her own speed record.
Yeah.
Well, apparently she broke it.
She was land speed record.
She broke it.
She was
Yeah.
she was very big on the cutting edge of stuff like that. Well, this former teacher has launched a brand new church after he resigned from his previous post because of sexual assault that took place while he was a youth pastor.
Can you can't really call him a teacher. I don't think. I'm sorry, but you're doing things like this and kind of going completely against the tenets of your faith. You can't exactly be a teacher.
Right.
Like
He admitted to this too.
Yes.
yeah,
He admitted to this sexual misconduct,
yes,
sexual assault. Mm-hmm.
and said, you know what, guys, I'm going to go do my own thing.
Yeah, well, how about you don't do your own thing with little girls?
Yeah.
Because this sexual assault took place with the victim saying that he was her ordained youth minister. He knew her and groomed her since she was since the age of 14. It was not a mistake. It was a crime per Texas law. It is non-consensual sexual assault. She says, fine, let him move on and sit in the pews, but he has absolutely disqualified himself from the pulpit, which is true. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he should be behind bars.
Right. And obviously he did things, and he said that he did things. He admitted to it.
I just, what does he think? There's like a statute of limitations or something? Oh, I confessed to it. So I did do that, but that was 20 years ago. So
well, and
it's okay
and
now.
you know, it's one thing to say, okay, so as a pastor, and this is, I did not embezzle. Just putting that out there.
All
I
right.
have not embezzled. So this is just.
Kari has not embezzled. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
I actually don't have anything to do with any money, but
Allegedly.
But, you know, as a pastor, you could look it up. And 20 years ago, I embezzled some major funds. Well, okay, so if that is forgiven and 20 years down the road, I'm given the opportunity to be behind the pulpit again, I would certainly, you know, the congregation may forgive me, may look past it. They shouldn't trust me with money.
No.
Oh, yeah, right. And this person shouldn't be trusted with young people.
I would argue you shouldn't be trusted with people
At all.
period.
Like,
Yeah.
if you want to be,
Said,
if you want to do something in the ministry, I'm sorry, but it can't involve you and people.
No, I have a great ministry he can have. He can be part of the prison ministry and
Well,
be
that'd be
active
good.
right
That's
inside.
you know what?
That's a great idea.
Look at you, Silver
I
Linings.
know,
Smart
right?
man
Get
right there.
right in there, get your hands dirty, get in the trenches, man.
There it is.
Live with them.
Right.
Shower with them.
The whole deal.
Let them do what they do.
Doing
and you
doing that thing they do.
the voodoo that they do so well. I think there's a great ministry witnessing moment here.
Yeah, except
I
for the
really
whole fact
do.
of the sexually assaulting young children, which would mean that he would be put in a very specific type of prison, because if he had gone to the other side of the prison, he'd be beaten to death,
Well, among other things.
among other things, because those people over there that have already killed people don't look too kindly on the ones that sexually assault
Yeah,
children.
they're already in jail. They're not afraid to.
They don't care about an
It's so
afterlife.
interesting
sentence.
that there are certain lines that even, you know, criminals just do not cross.
Isn't it weird?
It kind of actually brings.
Oh yeah, I'll kill everybody in your family, but if you touch a girl
Touch a
in the
little kid,
wrong way,
yeah.
if you touch a little kid in the wrong way,
It brings a new kind of a meaning to the whole honor among thieves, as it were. It's
Yeah,
not
and
thieves
Right.
per se, but it's a
among
it's a very
bad people,
It's a very
Well,
spin.
really lends itself to the depth of how wrong it is, right? To
Oh, yeah.
hurt a child.
mm-hmm.
Except for when it's
Except for when it's in the womb, or right after it was out in the womb,
or a couple moments, about an hour, a couple hours after the womb.
or any time in that vicinity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part we don't count.
No, don't count that.
But
No,
know,
not at all.
after a couple years.
No,
of
but
being
this
on
guy.
Earth,
So this guy said on the Twitters, he said
That's
a common
a
tactic.
heck of a
I'm
name,
not saying
isn't it?
I'm not saying his name. His name is Boz. That's all I'm going with. Boz.
is it Bosley from?
No, it's Boz. He
Or
says,
was a last name like that? Maybe he did.
and I
Maybe
want
that
you to
is-
comment on this, Kari, for me, please. A common tactic of church leaders who have used their power and authority to sexually assault victims is to place themselves back into positions of leadership with piously gaslighting and guilting those who object by accusing them of being unforgiving, unmerciful, and unchristian. He also adds, such dark tactics must be exposed over and over again until they are seen for what they are: the protecting and empowerment of offenders and the attempt to silence truth.
You're absolutely right.
Good job,
It
Boz.
is. There is it is an absolute abuse of power. And I want to come back to that in a second.
Mhm.
But But you're absolutely right that there is a gaslighting that then happens that, well, how dare you be so judgmental? I have repented. I have moved on. I've moved forward, and God forgives me. And you need to also. So now my first, 20 sermons are going to be all about how you need to be a more forgiving person and non-judgmental, right? I mean, I think that's a great point. Great point. Going back to the abuse of power and authority, I really think that it's really interesting. If you step back and kind of look at the bigger picture of abuse of power in the church, a lot of it really centers around sexual abuses, whether it's adults or not, or an adult and child. I think that the devil uses sex and lust. I think that is one of the key temptations and elements of really throwing ministry out of whack. Because, this dude, Andy Savage, could have had a very successful ministry. I don't know. I don't know anything about his ministry, but what if he were a very effective teacher, preacher, whatever,
Right.
and he fell into whatever temptation that caused him to assault a child.
Yes.
Even if she was a teenager, he still assaulted her. He's lost all credibility.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
He's lost any opportunity of going forward in ministry, and whether he is starting his own church again or not, whether he wants to be in ministry again or not, shame on anyone who goes.
That's kind of the thing,
Because-
right? It's like, how do you listen to a person that you knowingly go to a person that has done that as a pastor and say, okay, yeah, I'll accept your words. Sure.
Yeah, I could be really wrong here, but I just, and I
Probably
mean,
not.
we can't tell if someone has a truly contrite heart or not, if they actually feel bad, if they've actually repented. I don't know. From what I'm reading in his quotations, it just doesn't sound like it. It sounds like he's really doing the whole, well, I'm kind of one of the victims in here.
Right, right. He's doing the whole victimhood mentality thing,
A little bit.
setting himself up to be like, well, we both got used for this political gain sort of thing. And
Well, and the thing about this is like, this is not like it happened 20 years ago and he's now just coming back after all this time. This literally was brought to light in front of the church. He's like, okay, yep, you got me. It was 20 years ago, whatever. I'm going to move on and do my own thing. There's no time in between there. This is 20 years that this man has known this, has covered this up, has been a part of this church for, leading people, doing this stuff, trying to be a witness. And the entire time has been a complete sham. We've had experience. Yeah, we know of a such individual that had a similar. I mean, it wasn't sexual assault on a minor. We're privy to someone from our church from back actually that.
So he
had
was
a long. I'm talking.
Oh no. So he was pastor, youth pastor. Seminary professor. He wrote author of like 15, 16 books.
Yeah.
He'd been in the ministry for like 40 something years.
Nationally renowned.
Like, I mean, this guy went everywhere.
Yes.
And
he went everywhere, man.
Yeah. He went everywhere, man. Thank you. Yeah.
And they found out.
And he's a great guy.
Oh yeah.
Found out that he had extramarital affairs
from
when he traveled.
Virtually day one.
When he traveled, he went and he found somebody, had affairs out, and just kept on going. And
you know where? And honestly, like I was told, I don't know how true this is. I haven't actually seen him over there. I told he works at auto parts store now.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Like to go from there to there, and like at least from what I haven't talked to him directly. I don't know. knowing the situation's aftermath. But like supposedly like him and the wife were trying to work through things and blah blah. But like
Somebody caught wind of it.
Yeah, he stepped down. And he did it all, and he yes, I've been doing it this whole time, but I'm this guy is like,
He's
oh
like-
yeah, this is 20 years ago. Oh, you don't want me to be here anymore? Fine, I'm gonna go start my own thing.
Yeah, that's literally what
And
that guy did.
Well, the girl,
That's a spit in the face.
There's a quotation from the girl who said that really it seemed like leadership was more defensive.
Of course.
Yep.
And that makes
Instead
sense.
of
Instead of
supporting
protective.
her.
Yeah.
Well, and
Which is also very weird.
It is, and I the problem. Well, but is it on
It
the other
is,
hand,
but it isn't.
I mean, we are kind of in the center of the Pound Me Too movement. You know what I mean? Or at least the
yes.
tail end of it.
Oh.
And people were throwing stuff all around constantly.
Yes.
About so and so touched me or did this or looked at me wrong or blah 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 and.
But he's admitted to it.
Yeah, once he admitted to it, oh yeah, no, at that point, leadership should have went, oh dude, and should have thrown him straight out on his tail, right out the front door, and said, do not ever walk through these doors again. At least not trying to be pastor. Heck no, you better be.
Yeah.
No, not gonna do it. And this
I would
is
just
what-
feel really uncomfortable in his church. Like I would not be able to trust
what he says.
him.
The,
Yeah.
the message that he presents.
Because it's been 20 years of hiding this.
Right.
That's and he knows. Now I can understand if he may have sat here and went, well, and he may have confessed. He may have, he may have long closured himself and moved on and asked for forgiveness and all that
Sure.
jazz.
Yes. Yes.
It
Certain.
is possible.
Yes. Certainly.
But
Right.
but
Yes.
you can't.
Sure.
You shut up.
Well, there's a difference between, I mean, you think about like Saul, who became Paul.
Right.
What?
He's not
That's
accused of any
No more
sexual
Saul.
misconduct, but he murdered people. He had people murdered.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was persecuting the church.
Yes.
But they didn't trust him either.
There was
the
a-
church
yeah.
didn't trust him at first either.
No.
He sat in one place just learning, growing, praying 3 years
Yeah.
before he went and did anything.
Yeah.
Right, because he had to.
Well, yeah. When you are when you
Yes.
technically when you are the Manson of the early Christian world,
Right?
and you kind of have to earn your way. And this kind of touches this slight doesn't quite dovetail,
Well, yeah,
but it's close
kinda
to the
touch-
whole Kanye thing. We're going to touch on this. We talked about it yesterday, and Kari mentioned it before we came on. This is the same thing that I mentioned about Kanye West. We've seen how the guy has acted in the past, and
Right.
his dealings.
We've
So-
got to wait for him to actually
gotta
prove
wait and
himself
see,
in
yeah,
some
and
instances.
it's-
We're going to take him at his word,
but
but it's with trepidation. We're waiting to see.
Caution.
yeah,
Yes.
it's you just kind of hang on
I
for
mean,
a minute and be like,
He certainly shouldn't be the one behind a pulpit.
oh no,
But
I don't know if
his
I would.
buddy shouldn't be either. So
I say the word trepidation, and Dylan goes, "Wow!" Like I shouldn't know that word or something. I'm just
Well, no, I mean we're knocking him out today.
Yeah.
Apropos
And
trepidation.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
I don't know.
APROPOS.
I'll see.
Apropos.
Apropos. All right, guys, that music means we got to go.
We'll be right back
on the other side. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Not the same one.
No, it's no. I mean, that was the
When
one
we
that got
come
called
back,
out
we
in
have to say hi to Laurie D.
Hi, Laurie D. She can hear us right now.
Oh, hi, Laurie.
She's watching on the Facebooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yay.
Got the Laurie D. Oh, so I wanted, while we were going through this entire diatribe on the first half of the show.
Are you
don't-
are you in a spelling bee or something? that we need to
Apparently,
know about
my
at work?
mind is on large words today. That's,
Oh, I know. It's from that video we watched earlier.
oh yeah,
But
you
the
know what?
spelling.
That was funny. Yeah,
that's
that was good times.
The waxing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
So we were watching Smosh is a funny channel that's been around for like since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was
they're-
what, yesterday?
No,
Last week?
younger than that. And they have this thing going on right now where they're doing spelling bee bikini wax. And so the entire purpose is if you miss the word,
They take a
bikini wax.
They take a sliver.
They take a strip.
Sliver,
They do a strip of wax in the bikini areas.
Which at that point, if you get one word wrong,
You
that
might
point
as
you might as
well-
well get them all because
Might as well
it's
get
going
them
to be
all, because it's going to be all lopsided.
Wow.
It would not
Yeah.
be good. Anyway, that was funny. We were watching that. But no, let me tell you about this. So this is on the Twitters. It said Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak. Said, way to go, Steven. Start off the show accusing your guest of being a liar. And it's like, no, not lying. Just tickling our ears with some kind of words.
with some kind of words.
And he said, no, but you said she didn't mean what she said. And then he put a little gif, said, that's a lie. And I said, shh. And then
What is he talking about?
And then he put a little gif of Mr. Krabs walking away from his mom saying, yes, mommy. All right, we're coming back.
You know what? Kevin Hutchins on the MeWe's over here brought up another good one too. This slightly reminds you of Jimmy Swaggart from back in the day.
Oh, buddy.
I forgot all about him.
God left me into the temptations of the prostitutions. I don't know.
So close and yet so far.
I don't know how he sounds, actually. I have no idea.
It was
I'm okay
close.
with that.
It was close. It just wasn't.
It wasn't there.
Well, I'm waiting for, Benny Hinn came out, a
Benny
month
Hinn
or a
came
month
out.
and a half
It's
ago.
about time.
I know, for real. That's been a while.
The only guy that's been known to ever wear white after Labor Day.
Jeez.
Well, that's how you know he's never coming out, because no one who is
Because he's stuck in
fabulous
Yeah.
would wear white after Labor
That
Day.
and he doesn't live in the South because he would be
Sweat.
he'd be murdered for that.
Straight through everything.
So he came out speaking against prosperity gospel, speaking against saying, saying that you shouldn't earn money and da-da-da-da-da, all that, whatever.
Wait,
He
Benny
was
Hinn
one of the
said that?
ones that did it.
Benny Hinn. Like,
Yes, Benny Hinn
little
is
short
saying,
guy with white
so
hair.
my coworker and I we were talking about this, saying, so what's he going to do with the millions of dollars that he gained that way? Like, we're waiting for him to put his money where his mouth is. And I don't know that anything has changed with him.
Wait, really? You don't think?
I don't think.
You want to?
No.
Is that your final answer? You don't think? Or you
I don't
think? Or
I don't think.
you don't, you just
Don't
know
speak. I know just what
Yeah.
you're thinking.
yeah, we know what you're thinking. It's okay.
So, question. Okay,
Yes.
Laurie D texted me. Hi, Laurie. She said I look like the Brady mom.
So she put that on the Facebook too. What she did is she said, "Does anyone else feel like this is the Brady Bunch squares and Kari is is just disappointed in Dylan and Steve?"
Yes, actually.
And yes, all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
It's
kinda
really funny.
I'm used to it by now, actually.
Yeah. I mean, we're used to the disappointing.
The
glare.
disappointing glares from people, and
It happens. I'm just.
This is-
I don't.
How dare you?
I don't even look at it anymore. I just.
yeah, I can't make eye
funny.
contact with her.
Right. I'm just looking at other stuff
It's like I'm
uh,
not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Look at a Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak saying, biblically speaking, when one of your brethren falls short, treat him worse than an unbeliever. ...
I think an ellipses is only ... supposed to have 3 dots. But
This is so powerful that it needs more.
Ah, yes.
it's to emphasize the mic drop. Is that what?
I think so.
Yes.
3
And
for
you
the
know,
ellipses and
honestly,
4 for a mic drop.
That's it.
Honestly, forgiveness is a real thing, and we
Yeah.
are called to forgive, and we should forgive. But
But
he who is not unrepentant, or he who is unrepentant, who is not repentant, we are not called to forget. We cannot absolve. As the church, we are called to forgive. As human beings, we are called to forgive, but we can't offer forgiveness for something that has not been repented.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct. Yeah.
And part of repentance actually is not just, oh, dear God, please forgive me, and blah, blah, and you do it in quiet. That's you, especially in his position. You come out and you let the body know, look, I messed up. I screwed up. You're supposed to confess your sins to your be accountable to your brethren, to the congregation. Even if you're not in a position of authority as he was, you're still supposed to come out to someone else and say, hey, I've jacked up. I need to confess this. And,
So these are two quotations that I'm seeing of his. He said, this whole experiment of starting a church comes with its share of, it taps on my own struggles. I have to face my demons in this thing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, your
And
demons?
then-
Oh, your demons.
Your demons? What have you been doing for 20 years?
And then he said, it's not hard to find out what I've done wrong. Just Google my name. It's out there. It's not hard to figure it out. And here's the thing. We all have our story. Mine just got national news coverage.
Okay,
It
no,
just does
stop
not
it.
come off as repentant.
Stop. You're not repentant.
No.
You are
Right.
not. You do not repent of. You would not speak that way about what you did in that instance.
Right. That's where I have a hard time with, because it's one thing to say, I've committed this sin. I am ashamed. I think of Felicity Huffman's, she just got out of prison, right?
Sure.
I think of her statement when she was going into sentencing, and her whole statement, it was a beautiful statement of repentance. I thought, you guys are looking at each other, you thought it was a hoax or a joke. I thought it was great. She said,
I didn't hear
I did this. I was wrong. I'm ready to accept whatever is handed down to me. I know 13 days, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
But she said, all I can hope for now is forgiveness from my family and my friends.
Okay.
And I thought it was great. It really read sorrowful to me.
Right. And the point of that is more so, you actually have to hear it. You have to see the person. You have to hear it. You have to be there in front of them. I can't read something like this and catch it from them.
And not hear tone and
Yeah, I have to hear the tone. I have to see them
body language.
physically. I
Yeah.
have to see the body language. I have to know that this is something. It may even be written down, but it can't be something that was prepared by some lawyer or some other
Right.
person. It has to actually come from the person.
Yeah.
But do those words from Andy Savage, even if that has the most wonderful, sorrowful sounding tone,
No.
the words themselves ring absolutely hollow
Yep.
Yes.
as far as giving two poos about it.
Yeah. The other side of it, though, and this is where, again, we kind of have touched on this, but we don't see the heart. We really don't. And if technically, if he asks for forgiveness, which I didn't actually see that he did, but if he asks for forgiveness and he actually, says, hey, I'm sorry, even if we think and it comes off as, well, here's my reasons as to why I think he's lying.
Mm-hmm.
If he asks for forgiveness and he confesses it, theoretically, technically, we don't see the heart. We're supposed to
just give it until he proves himself wrong.
until he proves himself wrong again.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you put him back in a place of authority.
Doesn't mean you trust him.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
we are as a
There's never
group.
been a thing as of forgive and forget.
Yeah,
It's actually forgive and remember.
yeah, especially when it involves diddling a little girl.
Right. You forgive, but you remember.
Yep.
You forgive and you create a boundary around that person.
Yep.
You forgive and you set them in a different area,
There is our adult education hour has been on forgiveness for the past several weeks, and it's wrapping up in a couple of weeks, but just a phenomenal series. If anyone wants to go to the YouTube channel, it's Living Word Lutheran Church in Grapevine. So if you put in Living Word Lutheran Church, it's in the playlist of adult education, I believe, or education, something like that. And the whole series on forgiveness is so good. So
Yeah.
totally plugging it, but there you
No,
go.
Okay.
please do.
No, yeah,
Please
absolutely do. I I couldn't help but laugh.
Sorry.
'Cause
I don't
jokes-
teach the class, so
No,
I
no.
can say it's amazing.
No, is it bad? And I love the Dallas area. I love Grapevine. I love all that, the colonies and all that. But it just struck me that you're throwing out basically it's an audio series, I assume, right?
Video.
Is it video? Well, technically you can still hear it through the Grapevine.
Yes.
I couldn't help it. It made me giggle, and I felt I must
good.
share.
Yeah,
So if
good
y'all,
time.
if they don't have a slogan for it, ta-da! You're welcome. I mean, it's got a
I
hook,
like it.
right? It's got a hook.
I do. I like it.
There you go. That one's for free.
That's how we do it.
That's good.
Doc Thompson got ran over by an Amtrak. You can't just read it. You have to see the emojis to tell what they're repentant.
Also adding
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That one is awesome.
also adding adult education question mark. That's why the thing is there. Are there books on that course at the adult bookstore?
Question book, question mark, question mark.
No.
No.
The answer is no.
This is why we can't have nice things.
No, Andy Savage was not the Wonder Years. That's Fred
That
Savage.
was Fred Savage. I mentioned
Fred
Fred
Savage.
Savage.
Yep.
I put that on Twitter. I should have put that
Put
on,
it on the
on MeWe's
the
too. That was
MeWe's
my
as well.
fault.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
Kevin. No,
I
it's
dropped the ball.
That's Fred.
That was Fred.
Yeah, young guy.
Yeah.
Who I believe played a sexual assaulter on a Lifetime movie.
Probably so. He does have that face.
He does have the mole.
The mole.
He was in. Did you guys ever see
Austin
his?
Powers?
There was a show that he did. It was only 2 seasons long, I think, with Rob Lowe. It was him and Rob Lowe. They were brothers, and they were
We're brothers.
one. Fred was a lawyer, and Rob Lowe was an
Oh,
actor who played a lawyer on TV.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
I
But
haven't seen it, but I know
of it.
I
yeah.
know of it.
Funny.
Is it?
Is it good?
Yeah.
So speaking of funny, a Catholic priest over this past weekend had a special
This
guest.
isn't going to be funny at all, is
Oh
it?
no, he had a special guest.
Was it this time of the month?
No, it's
Oh.
he, by the way. Excuse me.
This is 2019, sir.
He.
Gender is an
Had a
artificial construct.
It's also Catholic.
Still an artificial construct.
Point taken. So a Catholic priest had the previous vice president
That would be
in their
Uncle
church.
Joe.
Dan Quayle?
No.
Oh, name
That's
drop.
such a good one. Nicely done. Well played.
And for another 10 points, can you name Reagan's? Who was the vice president
George
during
Bush.
Reagan?
George Bush.
That is true. That is true.
Most people-
HW.
Yeah, I was going to say, you kind of have to do
which,
HW.
Yeah.
which Bush?
Yeah.
I'm just. No, so it was Joe Biden, crazy Uncle Joe, happened to go to church, or communion, as it were, Catholic church, in Florence, South Carolina.
What is he doing in South Carolina?
He's
Oh wait,
he's
probably
stumping.
doing. I forgot. Yeah, he's trying
Yeah.
to. He's trying to win the big time.
stumping. Sorry.
You want to talk about a possible sexual predator?
Possible.
Possible?
Possible.
Well, we.
This
you know,
man. This man peruses his local friends and family to make sure that they don't have any young girls around.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I didn't say it.
There's like.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't say anything.
Pictures.
There's a lot of pictures.
Plenty.
There's even pictures of him molesting Kari now
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. There's-
on the MeWe's.
He's molesting you. He's molesting Steven and I.
It
It's,
happens.
Shoot.
we have a couple of them where he's molesting himself. It's really
Again?
weird.
Which is really odd, like molesting multiples of himself, like
Yeah, it's-
molesting himself, molesting himself, molesting himself, molesting
That's
himself.
really disturbing.
It's very
That's
disturbing.
what we call a train in the South.
Come on, ride the train
Allegedly.
and ride it. Anyway,
Are there any other lyrics to that song?
come on, ride the train. It's the choo-choo train. Wah chugga chugga choo-choo, chugga chugga choo-choo.
Okay.
There is like, I think it does have like a first verses because I remember the part is was it like put your
Come
hand
on,
in
ride
the
the
air,
train.
put your
That's
arm in the air,
right.
and something. Put your arm in
It
the air.
tells
and
you.
then
It
do
tells
make
you
that
how to
choo-choo
do the
sound.
train.
Yeah.
It tells you how to do the train. That's what it tells you. The first couple verses tell you how to do the train. Anyway, Catholic priest refused Holy Communion to Joe Biden, the former U.S. vice president and the current Democratic presidential candidate, because of his public support for abortion. Biden, who was 76, went to communion and was refused by Friar Robert E. Morey.
Yeah, you know that technically the good friar is now going to be, scrubbing pots somewhere in Ecuador. Just saying.
So they're going to do a friar tuck on him.
Yeah, he's out like a fat kid in dodgeball.
Probably so.
They'll never see that guy again.
I don't know about that.
No, I do.
Well, he says, sadly, this past Sunday, I had to refuse Holy Communion to former Vice President Joe Biden. The Holy Communion signifies we are one with God, each other, and the church, he continues. Our actions should reflect that. Quote,
Indeed.
Any public
time
figure... Yeah.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Who brought this to the news?
What do you mean?
Who's the
Like,
source?
who brought this to the
source.
news? Who broke this story? Was it the priest that brought
I
this
think
to
it was
the news that
I think it
said,
was
hey, by the
local-
way, Joe came in here and I refused him communion if you want to make this into a story? Or did Joe come out and say, I was refused communion? Or did a bystander, that's what they're called, bystander say, oh my gosh, I saw the priest and give Joe communion? How did it break?
It's from It's LifeSite News.
Is where we found it at.
We got it, so I have no idea. There's a bunch of different...
There are a few of them that have been
sources that are
going
being
through the Christian
reported.
sites, and let's see. That's really it. It's only on the Christian sites that it's really being talked about. It's not really on big news.
Yep. So, there
apparently
you have it.
enough people saw this happen that they said something to
Right.
like local news, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'm just really interested to know who
Who
broke
broke
No,
the
when he first mentioned it, I was like, wait a second.
That doesn't make sense.
I was like, hold on, where is that? Like
Sniff test.
Yeah, because this
Right.
is
It's in like 10 different websites though.
because that's what I was wondering. I was like, who said this? Where's this coming from exactly?
right.
Exactly.
Because
But these are all quotes, from the friar and all the rest of it. Friar. He said, any public figure who advocates for abortion places himself or herself outside of the church's teachings. Biden has several times claimed that he is personally opposed to abortion. He has drifted farther and farther to the left on this issue over the years, though.
yeah, and also they're also trying to throw out there the fact that the first wedding that Biden had ever officiated was between two men. So now you have abortion and then homosexuality.
Gay weddings and.
Which I'm over it by now.
Just stop. It's not a wedding. It's not a marriage.
Marriage.
Marriage is what brings us together.
Thank you.
It's like a circle. It goes in and around.
Always offer to do that when I do a wedding. I always offer to do that, and they never want it.
What?
Either do that one or do daggone it, I had his name and I missed it from now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. When they're standing there in Vegas, they're getting married and has Rob Schneider's like an Asian guy.
The wing. It circles. It's a circle. Show your love together.
Oh my
It's over eternity. It's for love.
It's so funny. It is so funny.
I could see that being funny.
It is hilarious.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Adam Sandler movies.
It's so good. It's so good. Makes me giggle.
Yes. Adam Sandler, sometimes he's really stupid. He's hit and miss for me.
Yes, he can be.
Yeah. But I think he's funny.
He's actually gotten like somewhat better in his older years.
Has he?
Honestly,
Has he?
honestly, yes. It's not as slapstick. It's not as.
Has he really?
It's not quite Little Nicky or, what was the Billy Madison? It's not that level. That's
because he's an old man now.
But that's what I'm saying. It's more of an adult. I don't say adult humor like adult
it's
humor.
because he's an old
yeah.
man now.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
I thought, you know what? He was surprisingly good in dramatic roles. Like, I thought he was really good in Spanglish. Yeah. I liked that movie. And then there was a movie where he was. Oh, no, that's the same one. Never mind.
Yeah, totally watch Spanglish.
Nope. Nope.
It was good.
Totally.
Nada.
Was there.
Nope.
Front row.
Yep. He was all the
Yeah.
Spanglished. He was all Spanglished out.
He was
It
good.
was something.
He
Him,
kept talking
Leone,
Spanglish.
Penelope Cruz, I think. Yeah,
No idea.
it was good.
Nope.
I'll take your word for it. I haven't.
It's all you. It's all you today. I'm not
All right,
doing
it was
that.
pretty good. Anyway, Catholic priest
Yes, Catholic priest.
walked into a bar.
Yes. Well, no, thankfully.
A priest, a rabbi, and a pastor walk into a bar. I actually had a joke about that, and let me see if I can remember it before the show's over because it's really funny.
That's really bad.
No, it's good.
No, it's
It's
not.
actually really good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
It
If it's a good one, let me know. I have a congregant who
She has an
I call
assortment.
her to check in on her after chemo, and and I always have to have a joke ready for her.
Oh,
So
okay.
I mean, it has to be relatively clean.
Well,
yeah,
if it involves
obviously.
a priest, a rabbi, and a pastor, or
yeah.
was it an atheist? I can't remember.
Probably be an atheist.
I don't know. For some reason, they're all in a rowboat, and I don't.
No.
They lose an oar, and something about
Say no more.
something about being up a creek. I don't know without a paddle.
That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't.
Wrecked him, damn near killed him. I don't know.
Ah.
It's something like that. You know, it took me forever. I did not realize that was the joke.
Really?
I didn't. I spent years asking people, what is okay, so I know this punchline,
punchline?
what's the joke? And everybody's like, I have no idea. So there's a lot of people that didn't know. Then there's other people that
Homeschool.
Were you homeschooled?
my
He
entire
was.
life.
Wow.
Yep.
He was sheltered.
And then I went to the military and got out, or I did a little bit of college beforehand, went to the military, did a little bit more college.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm I'm self-learned.
All right.
You can tell by his spelling and his maths.
Thank God for autocorrect,
And his maths.
which is really bad when you can't actually say it right either. Because when I'm trying to get autocorrect to spell bowl,
Bowl as in
Boil.
an
Like-
egg,
boil.
Yeah, boil.
where I realize I'm just talking into this thing and I look back and it's
Bowl?
it says bowl and I'm like, no, not that bowl. I need another bowl, and then
It's like, no, not that bowl either.
not that bowl either. Stop it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Okay, so the priest.
Yes.
God
No,
bless
so
that
we,
man.
We don't
keep
know. Well, that's the
tangenting.
thing. Well, the thing is with this story, that's really about it. The priest decided that he wasn't going to do this.
Well, and I mean, God bless the man for sticking to his guns, because a lot of people nowadays be like, oh, well, it's the vice president.
It's the ex-vice president.
We have to give it to him anyway, because God knows this is a high-profile person. We got to make sure that he gets, 'cause
God only knows.
No, I'm not.
He should
no.
stick to his doctrine. And
No.
Catholic doctrine would say no.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, in
I
most,
just missed what just happened. I saw a finger point and Steven crack up. What happened?
It's a song reference.
he tried hooking a song, and I'm like,
no, I didn't try. I hooked the song. You didn't take the bait.
No.
I hooked the song. My wife even started humming it. I
yeah,
know.
I know. I heard her, and I'm like, no, stop it. We're not doing that one. No, not tonight.
So good. I'm sorry.
You have to.
It's a Christian song, at least.
It was.
Oh. Sorry. That was amazing. While I catch my breath, maybe we should check out some CBD oils over there
Why?
from, because.
Well, tell me why. Why should I attempt to invest in a product? And actually, I would argue, why are we doing one that doesn't involve Kari? Because, rugged. I'm just saying.
Oh, that is true. We should do the cat.
I am
Too late
rugged.
now. It's too late now. It's
No,
too
no,
late
no.
now.
We're
You're
gonna
already
do,
committed.
no, but fine. I'm gonna do the CBD oils. Okay.
What you do?
Are they rugged oils?
That's a great question. Yes. Yes, they are.
Over the interwebs. High five, Kari.
Boom. Done. All right. CBD oils are an amazing product, though. They're one of those things that
You keep saying that, but they're not rugged.
they aren't rugged. No. The jar that the bottle that it comes in is rugged.
You sure about that?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yes. It can
Allegedly.
it can withstand children dropping it.
Oh, good.
Rugged enough. All right.
Enough.
Rugged enough. Anyway, it's one of those things that you can actually get benefits from it without the side effects of medication, which is kind of nice. Like, I don't know, maybe you're catching the olds. Maybe you've got the joint pains.
I can see.
Maybe you have the brain fogs.
The what?
The brain fogs.
The what?
The brain fogs.
Who's that?
Exactly. And maybe you've got like tremors and shakes where your nerves haven't been able to calm down over time. That happens to a lot of people.
It's called stress, and I can be calm whenever I want
Or
to.
maybe you just want to feel happier.
Hurry up, we're running out of time.
Oh, fine. CBD oils are an amazing product for you. If you have any of these issues, maybe just have some nagging joint discomfort, if you have difficulty sleeping, things like that, check it out. It doesn't have a side effect. It doesn't have any of the things. It's not just a craze. It's not just a fad. It is something that's going to be here for a long, long time. Mojo50.com/shop is where we have them. It is a high-quality product, a full-spectrum CBD oil. Go to mojo50.com/shop. Check out CBD oils over there, and also use the promo code DEFENDERS, and you can get $15 off the price. That's DEFENDERS gets you $15 off when you check out the CBD oils over at mojo50.com/shop. What are you doing?
I'm responding. Is that okay? Am I too loud for you?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
you are too loud.
Your
typing is too loud. You type too loud. That's all I'm saying.
Speaking of typing, I did find the "Come On, Ride It, the Train" lyrics. And it is "Come on, ride the train, hey, ride it." Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times.
If you feel like dancing.
And then it's I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.
They did that?
I think
That's
I
right.
can, I think
Yeah,
I
they
can,
did.
I think I can, I think I can.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, that's some deep lyrics right there.
Well, it gets deeper.
Oh,
Way
well.
deep down south where we play this game, it's them Quad City DJs and we call it the train. So if you want to ride your thing, just
Whoa.
come on down the train. We gonna rock. Ooh, Lord, just jump aboard, baby. So get your next of kin. Wow.
Yeah, that just took a dark turn real quick.
Your
didn't it?
sister and your friend, pack it up now. Choo-choo, right on this. Choo-choo. And boo, you need to stop faking and come on with me. Oh, wow. He calls out names, too. Okay, I want to take you home with me to be alone with me. You're talking about your kin and your sister. Dude.
Yep. So
And
go grab
I can
your
see
sister.
you want to hide
Yeah.
it. Come on, just divide it. And please don't knock it until you ride it. So to all you girls, you know I'm calling your name. Michelle, Tamika, and Tanya want to ride this train. Ride out now. And come on, ride the train. Hey, ride it. Repeat.
You know what I really want to do? I just have the genius idea. We need to get Kari to read the rap lyrics from 80s and 90s music.
Yes.
And just like that, and cut it just onto an album. We'll sell it at Christmas time.
Be good.
$10 a piece. I don't know. It'll go to a charity.
Quiet guy in the back, real quick. What's the chances that Biden's advance team told the church to refuse the communion to him in public to gain support?
I mean, it would be, I would
Well,
say
that's why
not.
who broke it?
Well, I was gonna say I wouldn't say very high because thus far, like we said, only places
the
we found it were Christian
yeah,
sources.
Only Christian sources.
If you saw it on MSN, I would be right there with you. But
Yeah.
not today. We got
Send it
numbers.
to 'em.
We do have numbers.
Hit the numbers. Let's do it.
Doing the numbers.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Tuesday, October 29th. Today we had 21 missed innuendo bells, whole lot of hoes, and 38 actual bells.
That was from the Morning Mojo.
Giving us a grade of C- for the day. Peace out and good night, y'all.
Daily Mojo killing our numbers. Boo.
We always set the curve.
Yep. All right, Kari
Thank you,
Maladek.
Kari.
It's at Kari
Thank you.
Melanek on the Twitters, at DOAE Show for us. Go to DOAEshow.com or mojo50.com. Find all the rest of them there.
9 p.m. tomorrow night. We'll see you again.
Later, guys.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!